Hey. Day 21. Say hi to Nibbles.
Hi, Nibbles.
Hey, Nibbles. We're just crossing the French Broad, and we're getting out of Hot Springs. So, yeah, we're crossing the French Broad right now, just leaving the town of Hot Springs. It's super saturated. Look at all the sediment and the water. A lot of rain, I guess, somewhere. People were saying it was raining out over Asheville. I don't know. I really haven't been checking the weather too much. But yeah, we're on trail right now. The trail goes down this side of the thing. There's Smash right behind us. We've been traveling with him for a long time. And
Bunny's right behind.
Bunny's behind us too. We've been traveling with him for a long time. So this is kind of like our trail family right here. Yeah. There's Smash up ahead and Nibbles and behind. So his name is Smash for a couple reasons. Number one, the guy can eat like a freaking horse. Like he can eat like a 4-course meal every meal. And he's got like the physique of like an English soccer player. And the second reason why his name's Smash is because he smashes up the mountains and like he's really, really fast. So yeah, we've been kind of keeping on pace with him since the trail started. We lost him for a couple days in the Smokies. He was traveling with Ace, aka Hot Toddy, and Ace is long gone, as we say. He cruised out like 2 days ago, and he's really fast. And yeah, nobody knows where Ace is. I'm sure we'll catch him maybe a little past Damascus or something. And here we are just cruising along the river. Yeah, I think this is the French Broad River, right outside of Hot Springs. So if you ever hike the trail and you don't have gut hooks or something, right as you cross out of Hot Springs, you literally take a right at the other side of the bridge. And you go underneath, you essentially go down to the bottom of the bridge, and then you head on alongside the river to the south. We walked right by the trail, and like it seemed like everyone else was kind of doing the same thing. So keep that in mind. But yeah, Hot Springs is awesome. Shout out to the Laughing Heart Hostel. Chuck Norris and Tigger run it, and they're super. You got to stop in and visit with them. They're super awesome. They run a tight ship, and you don't even notice because they want you to have a great stay, and like they let you do whatever you need. Like you need to, do something, they'll let you do it. So yeah, looking forward to running into them in the future. Chuck Norris and Tigger, and they said they're going to be doing a little. There's a trail that goes east to west, and they're going to tour that a little bit this year. It looks like, and yeah. Anyway, so we're starting our first climb out, and it's just like every time you leave a North Carolina bottomland, you got to climb like 3,000 feet. So we're going to do that, and we'll see you later. Send it on.
So we just did 6 miles in 2 hours?
We're moving pretty good. Yeah, we always shoot for 2 miles per hour.
Slow.
Which is crazy. So this is 5.2 miles from Hot Springs.
Yep.
Besides that spider, like a little tarantula kind of thing. I've seen these up here before. It's been like a long time though. I used to see them up in Ashe County when I lived up there. They were always at the very peak of this one mountain that I lived by in the Peach Bottoms. Whew. I think we're like 6.7 miles into the, no, we're 7.6 miles into the day. And we're only going like 14 or 15 tonight. So it's 2 o'clock. We'll be calling it a day around 6, which will be nice. Give us some time to set up camp, cook some dinner and relax, and get up and do it all again tomorrow. So far let's see if I don't know if you can see these right now because of the sunlight. So far these new Solomon, I think they're the XA Pro 3Ds. There it is. Been really nice. Haven't gone 10 miles yet. That's kind of for me, that's kind of a point where 10 miles is kind of like a point where my feet have in the Bushidos would traditionally start to get tired, and I'd start having some minor problems. I wouldn't say big problems, but these have a lot more cushion in the sole, which isn't that much. They're kind of like a medium, if I had to classify them, and I probably shouldn't, they're kind of like a medium duty hiker. Ankle support's pretty good for a running shoe. The bases aren't as stiff as the Bushido. The control's actually pretty good, even though my foot has more space in the shoe. And what I mean, it's pretty good. It's like if I walk like on the side of like a muddy hill or something, I don't feel like I haven't lost any traction. Haven't had any issues with traction control, down or up yet. So, we'll just see how they do. Oh, one more thing. Shout out to the Farm to Feet sock company. You can see Nibbles has her farm to feed on. These socks they're great, and they breathe really well. They dry out fast. They don't have noticeable seams on the inside. They got padding where your laces are on the top, and they're kind of like they're a thinner sock. They're not like liner thin, but they're not like thick like some of the heavier Darn Toughs or some of those old school Smart Wools. And so far everyone I know who's had them, including myself, just loves them. And just kind of a point of reference, I had the Darn Toughs this week, and we got caught in like a little bit of a rainstorm in them, and I never got them to fully dry out by the time we got back to Hot Springs, until we washed them and put them through the dryer. Even when I'd wear them, I'd take them off and they'd still be a little wet. Whereas the darn toughs, even if the shoe was wet, it's almost like they dry out the shoe. They're so breathable. Oh yeah, the pros are these Solomons. Breathability, it's good. It's not like the Bushido. The Bushido is a super thin, light shoe, and the breathability was fantastic. These ones are a little bit warmer on my foot, but you can still feel like the air blow across them, which is great. So, yeah, no complaints there. I think the secret is like wash the shoes out if they get muddy so that they continue to breathe. Just like everything, you want to wash like some of your waterproof gear that's breathable. Get your oils out of them. You know, you got to take care of your stuff. So that's something we're going to try to do a little bit of a better job at. But yeah, it's been a cool day. The mentality, we're traveling with a guy named Bunny. He hurt his ankle, or he gave himself shin splints a while back, so he slowed down a little bit. We were hiking with him maybe 2 weeks ago, and we've kind of been bouncing back and forth for the last, the whole time we've been on trail, and he's traveling with us right now. And yeah, it's really nice coming out of Hot Springs. We're all just very, I don't know what it is, but I think we all just really pushed to get to Hot Springs, kind of get past the Georgia border, get past the Smokies. That's a big deal early in the year because the temperature, the climate at the top of the Smokies, it could be like a 6-inch snowstorm, and it was all that was predicted was a light shower in the evening. So everyone pushed, and now that we've gone through Hot Springs, we're all kind of just chilled out. I mean, everyone's just taking it kind of easy, shooting for lower mileage in the day, and it feels great. The weather's beautiful, and we've got 8 days in front of us before our next zero, and I don't feel like we've been pushing or really hiking very hard at all today, and our numbers are coming out really good. So that's what we all kind of talked about when we were back there at the lake, or that little pond.